What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. Y'all hit that like button and hit the subscribe button. So I got some breaking news to share with the world. Drake, also known as Aubrey Graham, has reportedly filed a federal defamation lawsuit against Universal Music Group over Kendrick Lamar's song "Not Like Us." I repeat, Drizzy Drake, the Sixth God, has reportedly filed a federal defamation lawsuit against Universal Music Group over Kendrick Lamar's song "Not Like Us." Right? Now, I know some of y'all wondering, I thought he did that already. I thought he already did that because that broke some months back, I believe, right? So, no, the first thing that he filed was a petition. It was a legal petition against Universal Music Group and Spotify, right? He has since withdrawn that petition, and now he is filing the federal defamation lawsuit against UMG, right? Now, in the lawsuit, Drake is saying the song is filled with inflammatory and shocking allegations and also referred to the record as a gold mine for Universal Music Group, right? He also reportedly said there was an ulterior financial motive behind the promotion of the song. Now, Drake claims that the label boosted the record's popularity, knowing that it would deflate his music and his brand, giving them leverage in future contract negotiations with him, right? UMG is being accused of paying a third party to use bots to increase the song's streams and popularity. He's also alleging they were in a pay-for-play scheme with at least one radio promoter. Now, when it comes to the Super Bowl performance that Kendrick Lamar got, Drake is claiming that UMG was a part of getting Kendrick the gig so he could perform the song on a huge stage, right? Drake calls, the Super Bowl one of the most significant cultural events of the year, and he felt like UMG helped to get Kendrick Lamar this opportunity. In the lawsuit, Drake further states that the lawsuit is not about the artist who created Not Like Us. So he's trying to tell us it's not about Kendrick Lamar, you guys. It's not about him. So that way he's able to cover his ground of being labeled a sucker, or being labeled a dude that's going to run and tell the police when he get in trouble. He's trying to take Kendrick Lamar out of this. It's not about Kendrick, guys. It's not about him. That's what he's saying. It's about the record label. It's about the record label, right? Instead, he said this is entirely about UMG, the music company that decided to publish, promote, exploit, and monetize the song. So Drake is taking this angle of, hey, I'm crusading for all artists in this situation that would be under UMG, and I'm trying to make the situation better for future artists. He feel like the label is trying to play him. So we're gonna break down all of this, okay? The first part of the lawsuit, Drake is alleging that the song is filled with inflammatory and shocking allegations. Well, one, you can't say that when you had a song alleging that Kendrick Lamar was a woman beater, right? You also allege that Kendrick's woman had a baby with his close friend, Dave Free, which she can say, oh man, it's defamation. You're saying I'm some type of woman that's a whore, and I'm, right? And in the song, because he said, shake that ass for Drake, now shake that ass for Free, like Dave Free, all of that. He was talking spicy. You saying Kendrick was beating on his woman and all of that. He can go ahead and say the same thing about the song you made. Hey, man, you defamed my character. You had these inflammatory and shocking allegations. He can take that same angle, right? Furthermore, man, in hip hop, people say all type of stuff in and rap battles, man. Like, let's be for real. I heard 50 talking to Ja Rule crazy and back down. Yo, mammy, that pappy, that bitch you chasing, your little dirty ass kids, I'll effing erase them. You feel me? Pac told them, all my fofo make sure all your kids, he said, my fofo make sure all your kids don't grow, right? Then told Big, that's why I F'd your B, you fat MFer. That's why I talking about Big's wife, Faith Evans, right? Can you imagine Big trying to sue and say, oh, y'all promoted this song, it defamed my character, made my wife look crazy, it was inflammatory and all of that. And he was talking about Lil Kim and Lil C's in there and all of that. Can you imagine Nas and Jigga Man in the middle of their beef, one of them suing for things that were said, like Nas trying to sue for certain things being said. Oh, I slept with your baby mother. I left condoms in the baby seat. Jigga was saying all type of crazy stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, in rap, man, people are going to say disrespectful stuff. And that's the culture of the art form when you're beefing with each other. When you're making diss records and y'all attacking each other, it come with the territory. I just think Drake was not prepared for a bomb to be dropped on him of this magnitude. He's never had this type of loss, and he's having a hard time coping with it and having a hard time having a hard time dealing with how he's looked at right now in the culture. He's never been looked at this way. You know, he went against Meek Mill. Meek Mill, a simpleton. You know, he went against Meek and bodied him, right? Destroyed him. The battle with Pusha T, it didn't have the impact it probably would have had. It probably should have had, because after Pusha T released the story of Adidon, it didn't have that impact because Pusha T is not at the same. He's not revered in the same light as Kendrick Lamar is currently. He's not at the same type of peak of his career like Kendrick is. He's not as big of an artist as Kendrick is. You know, Kendrick is a humongous artist. He's a huge artist. And so it was only, that song would have stuck in a different way if it came from Kendrick Lamar, right? But because it didn't come from Kendrick, the story of Adidon didn't stick, and Drake was able to move forward and bounce back from that L. In this situation here, listen, it's a different breed, man. Kendrick Lamar sells a lot of records. His concerts go crazy. People be selling out shows with for his concerts, man. He is a revered artist who is respected in the culture, who's been uplifted for years, who makes music that people really, really enjoy and they gravitate to. And this was the effect of it, right? So now Drake is also claiming that the label boosted the record's popularity by using bots to increase the song streams and all of that. And as I mentioned in songs before and videos before, y'all, I heard to this day, I see older people riding around listening to Not Like Us. I see people still turning up the radio when Not Like Us come on. I still hear people blasting it, Not Like Us, in traffic. I still hear kids wanting to request that song. Now, I'm talking about in the black community, right? Now, the song has reached the white community and all that too. White people be wanting to hear that song now. They want to listen to it. They want to vibe to it. They putting it on all their videos and all of that. You got people requesting Not Like Us, especially in the white community, because they was a little late to the song. They requesting it on the dance floor and all of that. People still playing it at birthday parties. The song is extremely popular on its own. So I don't really think you needed to have, I'm not saying that they didn't use bots, but the song was popular on its own. So I can't say, oh, the bots was the way the song got popular. Yo, like, the song was just a really hit song that people enjoy and still enjoy to this day. He made he made a bop out of a diss record. He did a Drake on Drake, and I don't think Drizzy was able to handle that. Like, damn, he did your number, and he did it way better, because Not Like Us is more of a song you can dance and vibe to than Back to Back. Much more of a bop than Back to Back. And Back to Back was a hit type song, you know? So anyway, yeah, he's claiming that, they use bots to boost the popularity of the song. And, the label was basically trying to do this in order to gain leverage over him and future contract negotiations and so on and so forth. So here's my thing with this, right? Let's just say they use bots or whatever. Like I said before, you don't think they've done the same thing for Drizzy Drake? If you don't think they've done the same thing for him, you are out of your mind. You are out of your mind. Let's just say they did use bots to make the song popular. You don't think Drake has been a beneficiary of that before? Come on, man. I've heard stories about my sister and them talking about they going on all these, Apple Music and stuff, going on Apple Music, and Drake is on the top of every playlist. He's on every playlist, no matter what playlist it is, when Scorpion came out, when that album came out. Why is that? Why was he always at the top of every playlist when that album came out? To boost the sales of the streams and stuff to boost the streams on the songs and the album and all of that. For his benefit, for Drake's benefit. So I'm like, yo, you benefited from this too. Even though you're a huge artist, you've benefited from bots, I'm sure, and all these type of different ploys to get your streams bigger as well. Even though you are hugely popular, So I wasn't really feeling like bad for him in this situation when I'm sure it's been used in your favor. Also, this is the thing for me. I don't think this lawsuit would even be a thing had the general consensus been that he won the battle. If the general consensus said, if everybody was like, yo, I don't care how many times we hear that song on the radio, we all know Drake won the battle, it is what it is. If everybody said, like, when Nas made Ether, and everybody like, yo, Nas won. The general consensus was that Nas won the battle, right? If the general consensus was that Drake won the battle, he wouldn't care about them trying to boost the popularity of the song because his image would still be intact in hip hop. His standing in the culture would still be intact, and he would have another notch under his belt saying, hey, yo, you got another victory in a rap battle. You got another victory on your chart. And so he wouldn't feel the need to try to sue because he feel like, yo, culturally, I'm in good standing. If he was in good standing in hip hop culture right now with a lot of people, he wouldn't feel the need to sue. Even if they did have all these ploys to boost the song popularity and all of that, he wouldn't care. I don't think he would care because the general consensus would be that he won. He came out on top. But because he did not come out on top and he got a gentleman's sweep in this battle, he feels away. And, alleging that, UMG was a part of getting Kendrick Lamar the gig to perform the song at the Super Bowl. Come on, dog. The song is Euphoria and Not Like Us was some hot. Them songs was fire. And I think Euphoria gets lost in the sauce. I don't think it gets the appreciation that it should in retrospect because I think that song was absolutely brilliant. I really think that was a really dope song. And I found myself going and looking at Euphoria reaction videos because I'm like, yo, that joint was fire, right? So Kendrick had an outstanding year in hip hop, bro. He won one of the biggest rap battles we've ever seen. He's going to get rewarded for that. The victor gets rewarded. He's getting the spoils of victory. He gets rewarded. And it is what it is, man. He had a big moment and which produced a big record. You get rewarded like that for the Super Bowl. He's the hottest artist in hip hop right now. It's not Drake right now. It's him. So he gonna get rewarded with being the Super Bowl performer. Nobody had to come up with being cahoots with somebody to make this happen. He's just hot right now, right? So Drake called the Super Bowl one of the most significant cultural events of the year. Absolutely. And Kendrick told you, it's not, notice I said we, not just me. I'm what the culture's feeling. And the culture is feeling, we all was feeling Not Like Us. And then he dropped the GNX album that gave us TV Off and Squabble Up. Other songs that he can also perform at the Super Bowl that are that are anthems for real, right? You know what I mean? So you're trying to pull away from, now, in the lawsuit, he says, this isn't about the artist who created Not Like Us. It's not about Kendrick because he don't want to be looked at as like a snitch or like as a dude that's out here telling when he get bodied. But that's exactly what you're doing for real, man. You're throwing a fit. You can't handle a loss, man. You are a sore loser. That's what Drake is right now.